he says the following thing. Whether we're talking about the redemption itself from Egypt, or just the makkos until the redemption took place, both of them were lamala min amida. In other words, they weren't earned. They were outside the box of what the Jewish people deserved. Because as we know, the Jewish people were not worthy of being redeemed from Egypt. They lacked the zchuyot. Medrash says so. As we said before, okay. V'chena makus de Mitzrayim, hine amru b'zor kadosh parshas Noach, samach aleph amud beis, v'chein beparshas Chayes Sarah, kuf chof aleph amud beis. Lo haya dain nismalis asam klal. That the sa'ah, in other words, the negative merit that the Egyptians had to have to be worthy of being punished and being destroyed had not been reached. They were not yet at that bad point where they could be justified to be destroyed. So it came prematurely. What happened to the Mitzrayim was premature. Okay, it's important to know. Now we can answer the question, or they answer the question on Yud Amud Beis in the Gemara Megillah and Sanhedrin, also on Lamed Tes Amud Beis. Mi chadi kuchcha brichu b'pilasan sh'rishayim. The Gemara asks the question over there: does God take pleasure in the destruction of the evil? And the answer, right? Matar said Zohar. The Zohar answers, or Kaddish, ki achilukhu. The chiluk is bein nismalis hasam. Depends whether or not that the nation being destroyed has earned the right to be destroyed, in a matter of speaking. In other words, if they're so bad that really God says, that's it, they don't need to get any worse than this, and I'm going to take them, off the face of the earth, and then God takes pleasure in the destruction of the evil. But if a nation is prematurely hit, so then God does not take pleasure in their destruction. And that's why God did not want to sing Shira, or allow the angels to sing Shira when the Egyptians were drowning in the sea. That's what the Gemara says, okay? And that's what Zohar answers. Az hu be'abud rishayim rina. So when the sa'ah, like the measure of their evil is filled, so then God takes joy. Okay, shalom nismal sasam. But if they have not yet then done it, rather quota, az nemal v'lo karazel ze kol layl. And the pasuk says they didn't approach one another the entire night, meaning that the Egyptians were safe. They didn't have to be destroyed at that point in time. Big shemalka sharis l'mashira. So the Gemara says, when the Egyptians drowned in the sea, and the Malach Shira are so happy on behalf of the Jewish people to see these evil people taken from the world, so they wanted to sing Shira too to Hashem. And Hashem said, "What the work of my hands is drowning in the sea, and you want to sing Shira now?" The Jewish people, they can sing Shira because they're being saved, but Malach Shira, no, it's not possible. Okay, as he says, the Gemara Shemataritz Teresechel. The Gemara gives a different answer than the Zohar. So the Zohar says that you have to fill the Sa'ah, right? But the Gemara gives a different answer, right? About the work of my hands drowning the sea. Hu mashum ki Gemara medaber b'Rishai Yisrael, and the reason why is that Gemara is giving an answer regarding the evil of the Jewish people. A pasuk vayah kasher sas Hashem aleichem lehetiv etchem ken yasis. Right. So when this is Parashat Kisavo, right? God says if you're not going to live by my Torah, right? Then the same way I had joy when you were getting all the good, so there'll be joy when you get all the bad as well. And Rashi explains, talk about the nations of the world, that they'll be joyful at the destruction that they caused the Jewish people at that point in time. But God Himself doesn't take the joy. But Rishai Yisrael ein nachas ruach lefnav yisborach shmo gam b'nismalis hasam. When it comes to the evil of the Jewish people, so even if a Jew is totally worthy of the bad that happens to him and he gets destroyed in the process, God does not take joy. I'm not so sure exactly what you gain by that, because either way it's going to happen. Just that you should know that God's unhappy with the fact that it happened to this person. But when it comes to the Rishonim of the Gentile world, so then if they fill their sa'ah, then God is joyful. Because when it says, when a person suffers, what does it say? Right, the Shekhinah is in pain, right? Ma lashon emeres. What does it say? Hamakom mitzter al daman shirashayim shishbach. That the Shekhinah Kosh Baruch Hu is saddened by the spilling of the blood of the evil when they are part of the Jewish people. But the Zohar is talking about the evil people of the nations of the world. So when they fulfill their sa'ah, so then there's joy in their destruction, and that's the difference. Okay, that was just a sideshow. This is the main point he's making. This is the main point. So the main point we're saying was that the Egyptians did not fill their sa'ah of rishus, therefore they should not have been destroyed, technically speaking, which means that the makkos that were done on behalf of the Jewish people to free them, and the geul itself happened outside the box, above measurement. We weren't worthy of it. We weren't zeichet, right? Because we're the children of Hashem, and therefore He has rachmanas on us. And our cries go all the way up to Shemaim because Baruch Hu hears us. Ra'isi es ani ami, I saw the affliction of my children, my people, Hashem Mitzrayim, which are in Egypt. Ve'etza kasam shemate, I heard they're crying out. V'hu, yadati es machavav, I know they're suffering. Ve'ata hinei tzakas b'nei Yisrael ba'a elai, their crying comes to me. In Shemaim v'gam risi es halachas, I see all the oppression they're under. V'hu lecheni dina Mitzrayim kol kach harbeh hagam shelo nismale atayim. So some klal commercial bazar kaddish, right? So the bottom line is that we got taken up because Hashem loves us, and He was prepared to destroy Egypt in the process, even though according to the rules of creation, it was premature. V'hinei ki kol zeh hodia. So why did we do it that way and not the way you're saying, right? Ki kol zeh hodia Moshe ben Hashem Yisrael. So all of this happened, the way it happened, Moshe explained to them, to show the Jewish people how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves them, how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves them, how much He's invested in them, so to speak. Okay, He's prepared to change the rules of creation. So we would love HaKadosh Baruch Hu back and know that we just have to have bitachon and emunah. We have to have bitachon and emunah, trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu for everything. Right? That He will always do miracles for us, nationally, individually. This is the point of the Haggadah. This is the point of this. This is Higala Bincha. This is what you're telling your children. This is what the whole Seder comes down to make this point. This is like critical, crucial. It has to come out so black and white and clear, because a person has to leave the Seder table saying, oh, I forgot, you're right. I have to trust in Hashem no matter what, no matter how things are going, and not doubt that He's going to do a miracle for me at some point in time, in some way. It's all good. It's all. He has not abandoned me. That's what it's teaching us. Because it's clearly possible that the whole gula could have taken place without fantastic miracles. We didn't need all these, sound and light show taking place in Mitzrayim to be saved from Mitzrayim. Right? Right, I'm going to send the plague, into the Mitzrayim. Right? You can make a plague that strikes down Egypt, and no one's going to be facing, wow, what a miracle that was. Plagues happened. The Black Plague almost destroyed the world at that time. You can have a situation like that, right? And still the Jews would go out. Oh, but what about the fact that all these Jews would be affected and the Egyptians would be affected? So the truth is that 4/5 died in Makas Choshen anyhow. So you could have had millions of Jews died at the same time in the Mitzrayim, and what was left over could go out. Exactly what happens in the end, without fantastic miracles. Okay, that's the question. And all the miracles took place in the Midbar, Kriyas Yamsuf especially, were not necessary as part of this process. Was not necessary, absolutely. Because the Pasuk says, Kosh Baruch Hu took them a very circuitous route, dafka, to bring them back to Yamsuf. Asibam, Esivam b'derech ha'pshuta, b'derech ha'kuma, as Rashi says, right? He took us from a straight path and made a crooked path. Kadela sos imam nisim, just so he could do nisim. V'neflois, as it says in the Mechilta. V'ayin b'nu b'chya, Parashat B'sholach, Sham Mashal B'zeh, B'shem Rabbinu Chanana Barucha, Harei Mikol Zeh. Getting the conclusion over here. Harei Mikol Zeh Hinei Ha'chiach Kol Yisrael L'das Heitev. All this happened to prove to the Jewish people really, really well. Ki Kol Han Hagaseis Baruch Shemo Yimayhem U'Lamala Min Teva. Because Baruch Hu deals with the Jewish people no matter what time, in every generation, above nature, supernaturally. And beyond measure, we get much more good than we're zoichet to. We look around just today, the whole country, how much good's going on. Did we deserve this? No. Torah is being broken all over the place. There's machalokas, is this problem, we still get it, because the Baruch Hu deals with us, now there's two sides of the coin, because also we get punished severely when things go wrong. Historically clear. But, when things go right? It's all done without any absolute necessity at all. To show the Jewish people that we are above nature and above any natural running of the world. Because Baruch is prepared to change the order of creation and the way things run for the sake of the Jewish people. What's our job in all this? To strengthen ourselves in emunah, in every respect, in all that we're doing, in every aspect of it. And having bitachon is enough of a ishtadlus from below, not running around doing crazy stuff, but having bitachon emunah is enough of istarus to arouse from below the shepherd from above. Right? Lamshich lamid aleim as a gili du or hanisi shu hanahira the tikidisha tamid, and through the bitachon emunah to draw down super amazing spiritual lights that are powerful to do fantastic miracles at all times with bitachon and emunah.